Got to basically zone out all of the external distractions. Okay, CCMP78. Jayla, can you just watch for any rattlesnakes around me? Once I'm zoned out, I won't see a thing. Seeing a barrier. What's the barrier? It's weird. I'm seeing a road. Obviously, there's a busy road. I'm seeing what looks like a busy road, and then there's like a barrier on the left side of the road. Okay, which way am I going? If I'm driving on the right side, so coming left, that's where the barrier is. Okay, so what is this barrier? This barrier is off a road. feel like I could climb over it and then go down into, it's not quite a bridge. Could that be a wash? I don't know. Yes, okay. Just I'm feeling like stuff was thrown out of a car window over like a barrier. Could be some shrubbery, like possible trees. Like while they're driving, thrown out there. Okay, they. Nothing's random when I'm channeling. They. It's multiple. So I feel like it's got to be Tamil. The barrier's got to be Tamil, because I feel like someone's opened a window and they're sort of throwing stuff out of the car window over this metal barrier on a road.
People in the chat are saying Dad's Going Live has found a grave. It's a dog grave, folks. It's a dog grave. It's just a dog. It's a dog.
Do you know what this feels like? It feels like weird, because the last when I was tapped in last time, it felt like there was like a Hansel and Gretel sort of trail of stuff, like stuff was thrown in different areas. Now I feel like I'm tapped in to the perpetrator's energy, watching what they were doing. I feel like they're going to find more. I don't feel like it's far. The stuff they're looking for, certain things. I really don't believe it's that far from. That's the front door. They would have had to have parked there, out of sight slightly. Why do I feel like, did they check everything, every inch of this property? I'm intrigued to know if there is a prescription bottle somewhere on her property. I'm just seeing a visual of grabbing a prescription bottle and either have thrown or dropped. Something about that prescription bottle. Just keep. Can't imagine they would have missed it if it was on the property though. Is there a wash just behind? Is this a wash to the side of her house?
I think so. Yeah. It's a small one.
Small one.
It's a little gully in there.
Is that Pima property?
That would be her property.
Her property. That might be worth looking at again. Okay. What else is going on? So there was definitely movement. I'm feeling like I do feel like they're just throwing stuff away, whoever it once was throwing. That's not smart. But ooh, okay. Ooh, I just heard dropped torch. Dropped torch. Interesting. It's twice I've picked up on that prescription bottle. I'm wondering if she's got a bottle of prescription missing from the house. I'd love to know if that's something they know. But then seeing like somebody dropping a torch. Obviously at night time here it would be really dark. You would need a torch. Did he have a torch on his head? Can't remember. That guy. Let me see, revisualize what's going on here. What else was he touching over there? I really feel like I'm literally connected to the energy of one of the perpetrators right now. It's so weird. It's like stronger than being connected to Nancy's. This is strange. Well, it's not strange, but not to me. But this is just, I feel like panic. Good morning everybody, I'm Dr. Karen Mikowski, aka Butterfly Karen. Welcome. So welcome to part 2. This is a real-time remote viewing session here from Tucson in Arizona, and obviously, as you know, I'm working on the Nancy Guthrie case. This is part 2 because I did start part 1 outside of Nancy Guthrie's home on Thursday, 2 days ago now, but because I had to move the car, I couldn't continue the real-time remote viewing session there. So and I've literally had to do grid work, grid search work, etc. So now we're going to refocus, reconnect to energy, Nancy Guthrie's energy frequency, just to see if we can get anything else. There is a lot going on right now. I did complete my grid search yesterday, and interesting enough, I'm here for another night and another day. And again, I could stay longer, but it would that would be determined on the financial aspects of things. So that's just right now I'm monitoring. I'm also, again, as mentioned in one of my Q&A chats, I am, after I finish this investigation, I'm also going to be doing a real-time remote viewing session with a General William McCaslin, I believe, who recently went missing in New Mexico. So after that session, if I'm already touching on something and if that warrants me driving over to Albuquerque to New Mexico to go and continue to do my parapsychological investigation there, that's what I'll do. I'll go straight from here. So if you want to catch up, you can actually watch my Q&A chats. I'm feeling really stuffed up today. It's so weird because the energy was that's probably a lot to do with the pollution and the dust and everything, and the desert. That I felt like I'd taken in a lot of dust, and plus my sinuses are a little bit so I thought I was going to be. Here's what I'm going to state right now. This is so weird because I was expecting to be woken up about 3 o'clock to start, because I was so ready to start the interaction, the remote viewing session with Nancy. But I slept right through, and about 6 a.m. this morning, this is probably symbolic, but I was in the midst of a visual. I was sort of foreseeing a law enforcement officer approached me. This is probably just symbolic, but approached me and said I had to take down my investigations because apparently there was he didn't say a sheriff, but there was an enforcement who was higher up, was basically stirring the pot and just apparently calling me God knows, but it's probably just a lot to do with the energies in this area. There's trying to basically debunk what I'm doing, but you can't debunk my science regardless. It can't be debunked because it can't be proven or disproven, so that would just be idiotic. So I feel like I'm preemptively foreseeing something that could come from someone in law enforcement of a higher position that's trying to deter people away from watching me and watching how I perform my science. Well, I'm here to say I don't really care. It's not going to happen. You can say what you want, you can believe what you want, as I mentioned, but I guess that's the message to them. I've already foreseen what you're planning to do. I guess that's the case, and it's irrelevant to me. You can say what you want, but people are going to believe what they want anyway. So that happened. I was seeing that visual, and then the next visual I was seeing what was the next visual I was seeing? It could be relevant to something that's about to break. You're gonna have to excuse me, I'm already tapped in and I'm sniffing, so I'm not quite sure if, and apparently I just recently found out I don't suffer from allergies, so that was a bit of a shock, but I still feel like I've got allergies. It's so weird. Ooh, but I'm connected to it. You have to excuse me. Ooh la la. I was obviously being guided yesterday on my grid search, but in the afternoon I wanted to really get back in and reconnect and continue the parapsychological, the real-time remote viewing. But I was saying, even in my live chats, the energy felt strange, it felt weird, and basically what I was getting this morning was there are so many people trying to literally energetically connect to Nancy's energy frequency for whatever the reason they're doing it for, whether it's to help find her. There was too much apparently, and the guardians were saying they had to stop everyone from connecting to a frequency. That was very strange. So that explained why I couldn't connect at the time, because it just felt like there was like a wall of being put up from poor Nancy's energy, right? That's kind of exactly what it felt like. Now that's being lifted because apparently it appears a lot of people that were trying to connect to energy, Nancy's frequency, were guided to back off, basically. So some will be let in and some won't, which is that just tells me that some people were trying to connect, who understand what I'm doing, who understand what I'm talking about, and they probably work within the dark arts of witchcraft and stuff like that. So, or there's just too much energy intrusion, but for negative reasons, not positive. So that's what guardians will do. They'll put a shield up and just block. So, and now they're just monitoring people's intentions coming in. That explains everything. But that's kind of what I was getting this morning. I thought, okay, that's absolutely fine. That's how it should be. So today I've got the go-ahead, the green light to continue. Again, please remember, not everything that's coming through could be literal, it could be symbolic, it could have different meanings. So please don't. I have put a notice up there this morning on my YouTube community page and my Patreon page, just to explain the liability and, you know, what this is all about, and how, you know, there's just, people just need to know that information, so that you can't, this is a science. So, and it's not evidence based or anything, so it's for information purposes only. Now, this is CCMP78 part 2. That's what's going on. Energy. There's energy coming in now, so I can. Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. That means we could get some information. So, like I said, I am going to be working. I'm going to be doing a real-time remote viewing session on that missing man. But today, this is the updated, the third parapsychological investigation using the real-time remote viewing method. Okay. So, this is day 42, and it's March 14th, 2026. Okay. And it's 12:38 in the afternoon. So, as you can imagine, I did actually get a really good night's sleep, but I just woke up to some weird visuals, and I'm like, okay. And that's just preempted too. I'm just prepared for backlash. I don't care about backlash or public backlash from like authority figures. You're joking, right? To be honest, they were showing me who that particular police officer, well, obviously he had higher rank. I don't even know what his ranking system was, but he's actually connected to a secret society, and I'm not going to name it. However, once I saw that, I understood. So that's just me letting them know, tot off. I will not shut up. So it happens. So 12, clocking in, 38 p.m. I did, I slept really well last night too. Ooh. Yeah, okay, because I'm right, I don't, here we go. I'm so connected to that quantum grid right now, the astral, I'm literally connected, I'm tapped in. There is just, if I start zoning out for too long, I'll cut that out during the editing, but what we got going on here? The intention, at this point, I would still love, the intention is to get the location of Nancy, but I want any information that's coming through. I'll take any information right now, because any information I do get will help. And it feels like, okay, so close. We're so close. That means that that explains what I was discussing last night. I feel like law enforcement, the FBI, is so close to breaking the news, breaking the case, you know. We're so close. So we're so, and because my intention is to find Nancy, we're so close. Okay, keep it coming. Please have an open mind. That's all you need when you want to watch me. So now I'm going to make my verbal intention out loud, because I'm connected to Nancy Guthrie's energy. Show us where you are. Try, you know, show us. Whether you're still here or not shows where you are. Elaborate on the so close, because right now I felt like, oh God, my pineal gland is pounding. I feel like I just went right back to that campground where I went yesterday when I did my grid search, where I found that black rubber glove. I just felt like I'd been taken back there, and then I just saw so close again. And that's interesting, because I was even saying as I was leaving that campground, I feel like a full search, that complete grid area needs to be cut. I don't know, there could be something more going on there. There could be something else there. It's a convenient place to stop and drop if you're leaving that area on that road, going through Sahaya National Park. That is such a convenient place, as I was stating it in the videos. Let's keep going, because I'm clearly going somewhere here. It's possible I didn't go in deep enough. It's possible there could be more in the whole, and there could be something to do with the Sahaya National Park. I would not be surprised by that, because like I say, in both my investigations I felt like I was seeing national parks, forest terrain, but you'd have to go in a bit deeper. Oh God, here we go. When I'm seeing dark and light, that energy, oh, okay, let us go with it, where the energy's rising. I'm connected to Nancy Guthrie's frequency, remember? The energy is rising up. I'll follow it, show me. I'm pushing through the veil. I require clear, concise messages to help find Nancy Guthrie. I'm just making my verbal intention. just taking mistakes were made on whose side. Everyone. That could, okay. That could be the perpetrators. Everyone's, that could be external too. Overlooked. Ooh, okay, overlooked. Something was overlooked. Someone or something was overlooked, okay? Allow it to come in. Why do I feel like that warning about that law enforcement personnel came through this morning, which could have something to do with the knowledge I'm getting now. Okay, let's go with it. Feel pain on my head. It's not my energy though. I'm feeling there's a possible head injury. Connect me to the energy frequency of the perpetrators, or at least one of them. Their energy is connected to Nancy's. Let me divert slightly. One of those there's multiple, and I know there's at least two people. One of them is biting their lip with their left hand. It's interesting, one of my last investigations, I believe it's 2020, I sorry, CCMP77 on 28th, I mentioned something to do with the left hand. Someone is biting their lip, and I don't know if that's a habit one of the perpetrators has got when they're nervous or anxious, or I just feel like I need to, this is weird, I feel like I need to bite my lip, like it's so weird. And they're not biting the lip or using their right hand, they're using, I'm going with the hand I'm just visually seeing this person using. I feel like I'm visually seeing through their perspective of what they're doing. Show me more. Okay, look. Boot marks, boot prints, boot marks, boot prints. And it's obviously, it's possible the FBI's got boot prints of the shoes in the desert. There's something to do with boot prints. Could be on the property. I could give you a make of these shoes that were worn, the size and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if that's already, unless there is a boot print or boot prints embedded in, I can't imagine that wouldn't have been searched, but it's been emphasised as I'm saying it. But at the same time, they could already have all of this. This could just be confirmation. This is weird. I'd be intrigued to know if for the love of God, I feel like my mouth's being silenced. Let me push through. I feel like one of the perpetrators has got a right ear infection. That's so random and weird. I was just feeling like, oh, as in the right ear, they're in pain with the right ear for some weird reason. These could be clues. If there's somebody already being looked at, these could be clues to look out for. Clarity on knowing you might possibly have the right person. Something about left-handed. It's so weird. Again, I'm biting my lip. I feel like I don't have a habit of biting my lip, but I feel like, because I'm connected to an energy, and again the intention was to connect to one of the perpetrators, I feel like I'm dealing with a habit of biting my lip. My bottom lip, like that. What is that? Is it possibly something that somebody does that they're known for? Like, stop biting your lip, biting your nails. There's a lot of nervousness going on in this energy right now. There's a lot of full-blown paranoia. Ooh, that could be why they might be making mistakes. Or they've already made mistakes if they're already under surveillance. So close. That could be objective, remember, that could mean something else so close, that could be so close to Nancy, there could be that sort of connection too. Just look at everything with many variables, for not everything means what it means, it could be many meanings, so let's just keep it broad and open. head in their sights. It's very possible there's the FBI have already got somebody in their sights. It's so close, but then I'm also hearing closer than you think. It's interesting. Was I so close yesterday? Was I closer than I thought? I want to just refocus on that tunnel I saw. It's obviously where the water flows into obviously a wash. Let me move through that tunnel. Does that connect to a tunnel system? Where would that come out? Where would that lead you? I mean, you can't walk in it, you have to crawl in it. Where would it lead? Now, I remember bending down and looking in, and it was really dark. Well, tunnels have to lead somewhere. I don't know where there's a... Well, I want to know if that leads somewhere. That could be a possible path to search. Follow that tunnel system. On both sides, and it's still part of the Sequoia National Park. Either way. Ooh, I just heard hiding out. Ooh, Jesus, Marion, Joseph, this, oh God, this energy is incredibly heavy. One of the perpetrators, I feel like I'm energetically connected to. My God, the energy is very, very dense. Like I said, hiding out. Am I hitting on something with these tunnels into this area? Somebody hiding out in the national park, camping maybe, hiding. Nothing's random when I'm channeling. I'm not sure if the FBI does have somebody on the radar. Maybe one of them is not accounted for. Maybe they're trying to find one of them. I feel like there's at least two people. Strange. I've been feeling that since. I said there could be more, but now it's possible one of them is hiding out somewhere. You might, if they know the area, if they know that national park. You might want to follow a system. That's why I really focus on the tunnel system. It's weird. You might find, I know people can't camp there overnight, but that doesn't mean people follow the rules. Like hiding out, moving around, hiding out. I feel like someone's on foot, like. It's weird. Whoever this energy is, very nervous. Paranoid. Okay. Now I feel like I'm sort of hearing you need to be looking under thick shrubbery. Thick shrubs. You might find something under them. Again, objects. Anything. It's I'm seeing a trail. If you get slightly inside, the desert a little bit, it's like I'm seeing a trail. It's not a big one. It's not too wide. You can walk on it. I feel like I'm following a trail, and beside me it's just a lot of overgrown shrubs, like not high trees, but I feel like I could. Okay, let me go with the feeling. I feel like if I was walking through this track, I could just hide stuff, like get it in there, hide it, right embedded in. I don't understand, if you wanted to get rid of evidence, why wouldn't you just burn it? Why would you go to that length, that trouble? Unless they're not thinking clearly at the time. Maybe this is something they did at the beginning and channeling. Maybe the second thought process was, why didn't I just burn it? Why did I just, okay. Why did we hide? I feel like I'm going somewhere here. So, do I go back? Do I go and, well, like, and if they're under surveillance, they feel like this person feels like they're under surveillance, which is making them paranoid. So there's a part of this person that wants to go back and retrieve something, but is afraid to because they feel like they're being followed. And then they're going to be seen going into where they might be possibly trying to retrieve something. And then obviously, I feel like there's a bit of a coulda done that, shoulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm feeling that energy right now. It's mistakes. Mistakes were made. Boot marks. Boots, shoe marks. I don't know why I was feeling pain in my right ear, but it's like that earache where you feel you've got possible ear infection. It's weird. In the sides. Left hand. Weird. And again, my head was in pain, so there was a possible head injury. If we're to find Nancy, that might be alive or not. If she's no longer with us, the autopsy may find a head injury. I felt really. And do I feel like someone's hiding out? Overlooked. Someone was overlooked. Closer than you think. Let me just connect these. Closer. Someone overlooked. Closer than you think. So close. Weird. Mistakes were made by everyone by the feel of it. That's coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know. Shit happens. But you correct it now. So there's a possible head injury. Look for boot marks. I don't know why I had boots instead of just shoes. Somebody had boots on. Could have been demi boots, boots, but something about look for the boot marks on the ground, closer, possibly on her property. Could have been overlooked, slightly overlooked. Remember, there was a lot of people on that property for so long. So if you found boot prints or shoe prints, you might want to analyse every single pair of marked boots or pictures you've taken, correlate them with the people you know have been on the property, and then if there's one that's not accounted for, that might be where you need to look. Someone bites that lip. It's a habit, like somebody do it all the time. So that could be something to make the public aware of. If you know somebody who's acting weird, paranoid, after Nancy went missing, and the nerve might be left-handed, and the nerves are biting, like that. Just make a note of it, and then dig a little deeper, look into their movements. Are they acting very weird? Are they acting not themselves? Are they acting extremely paranoid just all of a sudden after Nancy went missing? And like, I feel if you can tie the perpetrators, it is, again, plural, so weird. Because even though we only saw one man, I have not stopped feeling that there's multiple people, at least two. And I've seen it, like this is the third time I've connected to at least two people at least. One might be hiding out. Sahaya National Park could be a focal point, which is probably why I felt like I was really pulled there yesterday as well. I feel like a search needs to be done there. So that is a location point I would focus on. Just for finding objects, finding anything you could find, anything at that point. But also to look under overgrown shrubs. On what could be a trail path, sort of. If you find a weird trail, like a walking sort of trail, make your intention to focus on every single real full bush that you dig in. Stumble across something. Bushes, shrub, bushes. Along a track. I just don't know how far you'd have to go in. I was focused from those weird tunnels, so you could start there, because you would have had to come into that park and then see the tunnels. There could be something stuffed in there, anything, but it's so dark I couldn't see. But I don't know, I'm not saying there is, but then each side where that water would flow, maybe start searching outwards that way, and because you would be able to follow some sort of tracking where the way the water would flow. I would use that as a trail system at that point to walk down, and then focus on anything really on the sides of that, around that. You see, if somebody wanted to walk through a trail like that during the day, because there are walking trails out there, that's why people go there and park up to do the take walks, hikes. During the day, you would see somebody with a backpack, you wouldn't think twice because people carry water. Now, you would look less inconspicuous if you were just sort of walking through the day like you're on a little walk, but it's a good opportunity to drop hide stuff, because during the night, unless you had a torch, you would find it hard. It would be much harder to navigate and find hard places to. I feel like it would just be harder. But during the day, you could and not stand out, like nobody would, oh, I saw some hikers, I saw people walking, taking walks, that's normal. But they only have to stop still, bend down, hide something, throw something, and continue walking. And as you can see, just from my grid search yesterday, no matter where I went, even near those metal barriers on the side of that road, that highway, just people like to just throw out trash. So people would possibly come across something and go, oh, some people leaving trash again, but it might not be trash. It could be discarded evidence. Or somebody wrecking those areas too, to find a place Alright, I'm not gonna venture on for that, but I think you might know where I'm going. Scoping out the area. Is there it's weird because I feel like I said I was there earlier, was Nancy left somewhere and possibly succumbed to the elements? Had the person gone back? Why am I feeling like somebody could have gone back to check? That's fucking weird. I was focusing, emphasizing strongly on cell phone pins. If somebody's under surveillance, their phone's being obviously monitored big time for pings. Test my theory. If you're already on the right track, which I wouldn't be surprised if they were, the area I'm talking about, or is there a cell phone pinging in the area? Remember, I was losing connection, the screen was fuzzy a lot, so the signal would be quite bad, but focus on those pings. And then, have you picked up on those pings on a separate day or separate days? Because I'm getting a very strong feeling that one of the perpetrators has gone back somewhere. And those might be the cell phone pings you need to, that would help a lot. Are you using the signal to detect Nancy's pacemaker in any area like that? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. Oh, God. I just fucking felt, I will not excuse my French right now. Sorry, French, but I just felt like I got whacked right over the back of my effing head. Like, I feel like someone just whacked me, like, right at the back of my head. There's something to do with a possible head injury. You know, you need to be, again, let's just go back to that. You need to be, there's a focus on the back of the head. Like, it was, that would have just, I just felt like that could have just knocked me out, literally, to the ground. I'm really connected to very, very heavy, dense energy right now. Anything else, Guardians? Show me everything, anything, just, don't care how bad it looks, just show me. I can't see. I mean, I feel like I'm connected to the energy, obviously, that I can't see. Do you know what I feel like? I feel like I just got whacked over the effing head, right? And I went, and it lights out. Oh, interesting. Ooh, I lost, okay, nothing's random. The lights went out. I was doing a Q&A 2 nights ago, Thursday night, and my lights went out. Everybody saw it. That could be symbolic. I feel like the lights went out, right? And then you know what I was feeling? I just felt like, ugh, gone down. Oh, fucking hell. But as I'm going down, I feel like Lord is just trickulating, like either internally or literally externally. I'm feeling the sensation of blood moving and dripping. Oh, I want to go, oh, fucking Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that is, I can't, I've got to pull out the energy a minute. I just got to pull out a minute, give me a moment, because I feel like I'm just going down here. And that, oh, God, Jesus. I've got to pull out this energy because it's getting painful. But I don't want to at the same time because I need to explain and describe it. But it's, I don't want to hit the table literally because I feel like it wants to throw me down. God, my face hurts and everything. Everywhere hurts. I want to pull out this energy, but I feel like the guardians won't let me. Like I've got to feel it. It's this weirdest thing. Usually when I command to pull out, but it's like no. What am I doing? What am I doing with my lip? What the fuck is that? This is not my energy at all. I can't, I've got this going on. I've got this bite in my bottom lip. What in God's name? I tell you what, if you've got somebody on your radar that has got a really bad bitten bottom lip, you might want to look at that person like very, very closely right now. Because I'm biting my lip and I think if I keep biting my lip, I'm going to bite into it and I'm going to hurt my lip. I'm going to cry. Weird. What in God's name? So that is extreme anxiety and stress. Like that's literally stress biting. It's the weirdest thing. I don't need to bite my lips. This is not my energy. Because now I just feel like I'm literally feel like I'm connected energetically to 2 literal energies right now. I'm going down, I've got shit going on, and I've got a possible location where I wasn't even, I was so close. What the hell? I was so close. Maybe I should have ventured in even further. Interesting. And in the same area, I found a black leather rubber glove, sorry, like taken off, not like a fresh new glove as in being used. It was pulled off, either just dropped or thrown out. Why would you leave it there when there's trash, as the trash bin there? Why would you do that? What had it dropped? Did they drop it? So did they drop it? That is why I didn't want to leave that there. I feel really annoyed about that, but that's out of my control, unfortunately. And I couldn't just take it either, because I was told not to by the law enforcement, and I've got to listen to them. And I did get a strong feeling yesterday that whole perimeter needs searching in that area. Like really, a full perimeter. Like if I'd had people with me, I would have done all of that. I would have, if I'd have not been alone, I would have gone further, well deeply in. definitely head injury, big time. Oh God, that's hurting my. I need to. I've got to pull up this energy a bit. It's getting a bit too dark, and it's hitting my pineal. I tell you what, whoever's energy for this one of these perpetrators that remember I'm connected to energy, Nancy Guthrie's energy frequency. So whoever's connected to her, perpetrator-wise, that is why I'm connecting to their energy too. And I tell you, it's very dense energy. I feel like I need to take a spiritual bath just to get rid of this weird, dense energy. Okay, show me. Anything else? Oh God. I keep going blurred. I keep going bog-eyed. It's so weird. Like, ooh, like I'm trying to focus. There's a real weird. I feel like it's hard for me to focus with my physical eyes. It's weird. So, what I was just feeling then. Okay, that was distraction. I just forgot. This is interesting. Oh God, I know why. I just forgot what I was saying because I was so distracted and focused by this weird double vision, bog-eyed vision, sort of like eyes going. It's weird. But what I'm feeling from this energy is, it's like they forgot where to put. Oh God. Somebody forgot where to put something. Like they forgot where they were, where they went. That's easy to do in the desert. And then as I'm coming, that's what I was trying to say, I'm feeling, and then I got distracted by the eyes. And the eyes are distorted. Okay, so this could be very symbolic. When you're going into the desert, so you got to be very careful and stay on the paths, right? And when you're overheated and you're feeling dehydrated, you're going to start losing, your sight's going to be affected. You're going to be, you're going to become forgetful. I'm going here somewhere, let me just go then. So it's possible, again, I'm feeling like somebody went back to where they may have left something. But when they went back, now it feels like they forgot where they originally went. Because when, again, like I say, when you're in the desert and you're in those elements, and because it all looks the same, and some tracks can look similar, if you're not literally leaving and making a map, right? And you think, oh, I'll go back, I think I know where it was, I think I know where I went, and then all of a sudden you're going to complete, and now you're panicking and you're freaking out, and you're like, where is it? Where did I go? What God? And then now you're like panicking and sight is distorted. And I'm feeling like I've lost something. I can't find it. I can't find what I went looking for. Could it be a medical? Ooh, what the? Let's stop right there, right now. somebody's hidden a weapon and they've gone back to look for it. That's what I feel that's happening. There's a weapon. That's probably what hit me on the back of the fucking head. Ooh. That would cause absolute anxiety if you're trying to retrieve the weapon you might have hidden, just until you get a chance to go back and then get rid of it properly. But now they can't find the way back on the right track. This is so weird. That's what I'm feeling. I'm going with the feeling. My clairsentience is like getting really active right now. My God. And again, going back during the daylight you wouldn't stand out as being in these parks, because people go hiking in these parks. So again, and they do carry rucksacks. I do myself when I go hiking. Nobody's going to think twice to look at you and think, oh, are you? No, they're going to think, oh, someone else is taking a walk. But the intention behind this person, one of these perpetrators, is to retrieve something that they've forgot where they put something. But as long as they're, and it's just like making them panic. Oh, God. Okay, is there anything else? Because I've really got to pull out this energy because it's getting really tough, and I can feel my warrior's mouth flowing through as well, and I don't want to. Especially after that. Okay. I don't feel like there's anything else, but I don't want to. I feel like it's just going to take me around in a circle. So I'm feeling strongly on the location of somewhere in the Sahaya National Park, possibly. Oh, possible location. Strong. At the fact that I was, oh right, here's why nothing's a coincidence to me. I went on a completely different highway down to Stagecoach Road, South Stagecoach Road, on this South Sierrita lane, mountain lane. I was already made aware that I need to look out for a Speedway gas station for the possible CCTV footage. I found two on the same road, one at an intersection and one a bit further down, as I'm still heading to South Sierrita Road. Both Speedway fuel stations now need to just possibly look out for CCTV footage of a particular vehicle you may be looking. That is one way in, right? Again, ping tower, cell phone towers. So the main cell phone tower I came across was, again, coming off Azure Highway, and then you've got the fire station, right? And then you've got, I go down that track, that takes me again into the Sahaya National Forest, but a different way, because when I came down the first time, I came through the Sahaya National Park. But as I was coming back to Tucson to come back to the hotel, I was going through the national park just on a different way. So that whole fucking perimeter, you might want to look at in that whole perimeter. So let's just, for example, there's two highways from Tucson, right, and then fire station. That's the way you would go into the Sahaya. This one coming from the other way around, this covers. So if it was me, between both highways, I would be looking in that area, in that perimeter, the Sahaya National Park. And the fact, when I was going back a different way, I caught sight of a campsite, because I was very focused on the investigations of a campground. And as soon as I saw the campsite, I'm like, oh, hello there. I feel like I need to stop. Every time I felt like I needed to stop, I stopped. And then I passed it And again, I was trying to be in the mind of a perpetrator, what they would do if they was in the, you know, if they were trying to, if they were on the run, or they're trying to move out, or they're trying to hide stuff. So that was the intention yesterday. And as I passed it, so I turned around at the UE, come back round, and as I went to turn into this campsite, I missed the turn-in. And I would have accidentally gone into the private property, into sort of residential home, which is right next to the park entrance. So I did another UE, and then I got into the cab, into that park, and then that campground, sorry. And then, obviously that's when my grid set, I felt like I was starting at an important, like in the middle of the night, when it's very dark, it's very early hours, it's gonna be pitch black. You would have to have knowledge of that area. Like, you're not gonna, if you're panicking, you're not gonna be like, oh, okay, show me a national park, I can camp, you know, like a campground. And they're not thinking like that in the immediate moment. They may have just passed it and accidentally missed it and go, oh, there's a park there, there's like a camp, let's go in there. Okay, why am I speaking like I'm speaking like, let me keep going. Let's look in there, let's see if we can, let's see what's going on in there. And then, oh, well, this is dead, this is very quiet, okay, we can either discard stuff, hide stuff, go in. They may have been very familiar with the trails and everything. They may have been there before. There's a bathroom, so if they need to stop for a quick, you know, bathroom run, there's a bathroom right there. There's trash, the only thing I can't understand is the trash can's right there. So why would you, for a rubber, if that is, why would you discard it just there? Why wouldn't you put it in the trash bin if you need to hide it? Maybe it just, they could have dropped it. It could have been dropped as they were coming back to the vehicle. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I feel like it's just a possibility. It's a theory. It could be looked into. Because like I say, I was so pulled with energy. Everything I was doing yesterday, everywhere I was going, I was being guided by energy. Right down to parking up in that camp park. Like, Cambo, is it Cambo or Campo? In the Sahoya National Park. Two ways out of Tucson coming from the Catalina foothills. You can either go that way or that way. If they went one way and then came back into the city another way, like, I don't know, I can't, I don't know if they came, I feel like all day I just felt like you would have to be familiar with this area, you would have to be familiar with this area going into the desert, you would have to be familiar. You wouldn't, if you was a random out of town stranger and you didn't know the area, you'd be relying on GPS, but you would, there were so many places your GPS could take you if you were trying to, you know, I don't know, it didn't feel like everything was random. It felt like I knew the area. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to close out in a moment. I'm going to get this into a report. I'm going to try and email Pima County Police Department and forward the report. They've already got the 2 reports already. If for some reason someone ends up watching from Pima County Police Department, now I'm still here in Tucson, they can, if I don't have an exact email address, but if they don't contact me, actually I've got the contact, I'll text them and I'll say I have a failed report. If you'd like to retrieve it, let me know, come and see me, or I'll email it, right? Okay, I'm going to give them access to it. And then they can watch I'm going to premiere this video, so they can watch this too. They can watch what I'm, you know, they can watch my body language and my movements and everything. So, and that's up to the FBI too. They might want to just take a look at the video, you know, and the reports. Because I know that the deputy said he was scanning them into the evidence files, so whether they have or not, I don't know. But if they're still trying to, if there's a weapon, and I feel like that could be Achilles heel, really. That's your, that would be important. And I feel like they really messed up there. Mistakes were made. And then, yeah, I think I don't want to overanalyze it now. So, gotta hope this helps. But I'm going to close this out now at 1:43 p.m. I want to get this into, basically uploaded as soon as possible. It's, again, I feel like time is of the essence. So whatever I'm pulling on, the FBI could be already like, yeah, we already know, we're already on it. That's okay. It would just be at that point possible confirmation. So, and then what I'll do is I'll probably be going live maybe a little bit later today, just briefly, just to give a heads up of what to expect. So I'm going to leave that there. Other than that, I will see you all again very soon.